If you look at productivity in pretty much every single other industry, there have been enormous improvements in productivity. So you can make more stuff for less money. And we haven't done that in housing. We're building less affordable housing than we're building, and I think that's referring to stuff that's rent limited. The number of housing units that people can afford now is the same number of units that people could afford in 1990. But we had 91 million households in the United States in 1990 and 133 million households in the United States now.
Focus on this big picture that we have. Focus on the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of units for every income level, and that we're all in this together, and that we all have to build it together. Because if we don't think that way, a couple of years I'm gonna come back here and you guys are gonna be living in other states because you're not living here anymore.
We don't need 10 more units. We need hundreds of thousands of units. And I really don't believe that's going to happen with marginal improvements to the things that we're doing today. It has to happen through a radical transformation in how we're doing the business today. Something is going to have to radically transform where people are, either a cultural change, a transportation change. Something is going to have to fundamentally change the world in order for us to solve this problem. The only thing that's going to save us from that is better technology, bringing in bank data into the process and being able to validate everything up front and qualify people up front. I often walk into rooms with housers and say the thing that we really need to do is help rich people buy bigger houses. And they all laugh at me. But the point is, we do need to get them out of their starter homes so that those starter homes come back on the market.
In LA, we have more than 430,000 low-income Angelino families, I say this stat all the time, that are living in severe housing conditions. They pay more than half of their income on housing, they live in substandard conditions or severely overcrowded. And we have more than 50,000 people on any given day that are homeless across the county. So not surprisingly, housing and homelessness has really become the issue for Mayor Garcetti. There is this kind of this tension, this distrust that filtering will happen and will happen quick enough to actually benefit the people that live in the communities that are experiencing that growth. So yes, but it needs to be partnered with other policies to ensure that we're doing this in an equitable way. We're doing more mixed income deals.
The private sector does not build affordable housing. It's not what it does. It does build market rate. The vast majority of development that occurs is done by the private sector. The vast majority of affordable housing built in this country is done by private sector.
So one of the things that we keep thinking about is, can we put these homes back in the hands of owners by allowing an easier transition from a renter to an owner and switching that over. So, a lot going on. I think, there is benefit to rental housing. There's benefit to allowing that market force to renovate and make neighborhoods look nicer. But it also is taking away a really important supply for home ownership.